prioritizing is an imperative. You can't do everything, and you certainly can't do everything at once. But prioritizing of the wrong kind could also be a trap, and indeed could undermine our ability to respond to the crisis to which we are giving priority. If we were to collectively fixate on, at the exclusion of other crises and other threats that are looming, the financial crisis, among other things, we wouldn't be able to address the financial crisis very effectively. So we need somehow to figure out a way to jujitsu that problem. And maybe one way to do so is to make a virtue out of the fact that just as the problems, which is to say the financial crisis, the breakdown in the trade talks, looming climate change, proliferation, just to hit the highlights, just as those problems are all mutually exacerbating in the way that Carlos illustrated with that rather depressing slide that showed interconnecting arrows among all the bad news items, so the solutions can be mutually reinforcing. In other words, if we can get a rule-based international order with regard to the stability of the capital markets, that will release capital, which will in turn drive a healthier international trading system. International trade, as we all know from history, doesn't fare well in recessions, not to mention global depressions. In fact, that is one of the more dramatic examples of mutual exacerbating problems, Smoot-Hawley putting the Great Depression. So if we can flip that around and use the mechanisms that would be very hard to have imagined 6 months ago, that are now at least incipient, including in the attitudes of governments, to address not just the financial crisis, but to, as quickly as possible, make connections to the other urgent problems that so qualify.